Okay, so you are probably wondering now what to do to get ready for the final. I'm going to just go over a little bit what the final is. So I'm on the screen here is the announcement that you should have gotten in your email. It talks about the final being divided into conceptual and procedural parts. So I want to talk about that just a little bit. The conceptual is going to be a 10 question test. You will need to get it proctored, so please go ahead and schedule that. The date's there in the email between April 27 and April 29. It's computer based. It should go pretty quickly. If you're comfortable with the material, I mean, you might be in and out in 10 minutes. If you have to think through it a bit more, process some of them, it might take a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm giving you 2 hours, so when it asks you for how long the test should be, or I'm not sure if it asks you or not, but anyway, you have 2 hours to complete it as set up on Wiley. But I think it'll take you much less than that. For that test, you are not allowed to bring in resources like formula sheet, anything like that. But you won't have to do any kind of these intense calculations or things we've been using, Excel or graphing calculators, whatever you've used in the past couple of weeks. The other test, the procedural, offhand, I can't remember exactly how many questions, but between 5 and 10, between 6 and 10 questions. And those are a little more computationally intense, but you can use any resources available to you except the solution videos. So you would not be able to wait for the exam and then look at a problem, look at the solution video, and try to change the numbers accordingly. You won't be able to do that. But you will be able to use your book, internet, anything else that you need to, not other people, of course. That is taken at your own time frame, your own computer, so you don't need to schedule that officially. Just when you're ready, you'll start, and then you'll have to complete it also within 2 hours. Now, studying for the tests, I would go... some people have asked if there is a study guide. There's not, and there is. There is in the sense that all of the questions on the final will come from these video solutions. So there'd be a couple ways I could see to approach this. One is you could just go through and click on every video. So this would be, roughly an hour for each section, and I think there's 9 sections because we didn't do chapter 9. So maybe 9 or 10 hours watching straight through. That wouldn't be real efficient because you're going to spend a lot of time watching things you already know how to do, and maybe not enough time on things you need more practice on. What I would do instead is go through all of these video solutions and just write down the numbers, 1.2e13, 1.re15, 1.re20. You'll get a list of those. Go back into Wiley, maybe take another shot at each of those problems, and just see if you can do it on your own. The ones that you can do, or maybe you look at it and are completely confident about it, so you just skip it altogether. That's fine as long as you're confident. The ones that you weren't sure, then go back and do the video solution, watch it maybe once, twice, pause it. If there's something you watch over and over again and you still aren't quite getting what's going on, send me an email. Feel free to ask. Give me specifics as much as possible. Don't say, I don't get what's going on in 1.1 E7, because I'll just tell you, well, watch it again and then write down specific places where I say something or do some kind of calculation and you don't quite get, like, I don't get what's happening in second 32 where you take this x and square it and then square the other side, or why does this negative suddenly disappear? That would be a perfect kind of question that I can answer. Then if you go through all of those videos, you should be prepared because the questions will be directly taken from these Of course, they might have numbers changed, and I noticed that on exam 2, some people had the original numbers that they had been given on the homework problem. So it is important that you process what's going on and not memorize the numerical answers. I tried to intentionally choose questions where you'll have to adjust to the new question, that you can't just memorize the answer, because that's not really showing learning. But that said, all the questions are exactly the questions that are shown in these video solutions. So other than that, I think that's basically the gist of it. Feel free to ask me any questions, either logistic or statistical. And glad you made it through to this far in the course. These online math courses, as I've said from the beginning, are very difficult, I think. Personally, I think math is more easily learned in the classroom for most students. At the same time, some of you have thrived in this environment, and I am glad. Others have maintained a reasonable, you've survived is a good word, even though you didn't really have any other options because of your scheduling conflicts, and you made it through. So whatever the case, if you're watching this video, it means you made it through this far, and congratulations for doing that.